today's Spirit card reading, we're going to go over what the highest spirits and the universal beings think about you, what your reputation is amongst the stars. My name is Jacey. I'm an energy reader, and this channel is all about connecting with your highest divine self. And if you're brand new to Pick a Card readings, all you have to do is pick a number between 1 over here, 2, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Whatever you're most drawn to, then go down to the description box below, click on the timestamp correlating the number that you've chosen, and that is where your reading will start today. Without further ado, let's start with pile number 1. Pile number 1, how are we all doing? Let's find out what your reputation is amongst the higher beings. I hope you guys are doing wonderful. Hope your January is exactly as how you imagined it to go. Fresh energy is always so nice to work with. Let's see. I don't know about you guys, but my January, the energy feels so light. It feels so creative. It feels so as if it's a clean slate, beautiful clean slate. And whatever you want to draw on it, whatever you want to put in it, it's nice, it's fun, it's light. At the same time though, this year also feels like it's the year of truly being extraordinarily, religiously, disciplinedly aligned with your true self. So it will be an interesting year for most of us. We'll be even more drawn to who we're meant to be. No more BS, no more giving into greed, no more giving into gluttony, stuff like that. So that is a really pure energy that we're coming into for this year. Okay, pile number 1. What is your reputation amongst the highest spirit? Okay, pile number 1, the highest spirit, your reputation amongst the universal beings is that they think you're really good at coming in and out of cycles. You're really good at, because all of our years, the time that we spend as human beings feel pretty slow compared to how the higher beings see us. Like, we are just a speck of all matter of this entire universe. We are just a speck on the timeline of everything that's ever happened and that is going to happen. So they see the cycles you have gone through. They see the cycles that you will be going through. And they think that the way you go in and out of chapters of your life is you do it so gracefully, pile number 1. You do it so gracefully, and you make it look good. You make it look easy. You make it look like it's effortless. You make it look like you're not even going through anything. But actually, pile number 1, oh my gosh, you have gone through so much. You have gone through the breakups, the hard nights, the long nights, those nights that you've cried yourself to sleep, those nights you have gone through what you've gone through, and they see it, they recognize it. They have seen the anxiety episodes. They have seen the internal struggles that happens when it comes to being a human being in this reincarnation. And they have also seen how you have so gracefully evolved from those trials and tribulations, and they're so proud of you. And you make it look like, because other people, they don't do it like you do, pile number 1. You are able to maintain beauty, grace, and as if you're not going through anything. This is quite a level of strength. And yes, like, we all go through trials and tribulations in our own way, but pile number 1, you guys make it look like it's flowy, like you're just going through life. Yes, you have hard days, but you also have so many good days, and you understand that the bad days will pass and that the good days will always come. And so because of your mindset and your way of living, it's almost like you attract even more good times. And so the higher beings of the universe is applauding you right now, pile number 1. They want to tell you that they are dancing with you when you dance. When you sing, they're singing with you, because the way you do it, pile number 1, it stands out. You know, the death is not an easy thing to go through. The death and renewal of something is, it's like completing a cycle, completing a chapter. This can mean, like finishing a job. And when you're transitioning in a job, if we want to bring it down to like a human experience example, going through a job transition is a lot to deal with. You know, you have to, you know, wrap up what you finished, what you started, I mean, and also go through that chaotic period of not knowing what you're going to do next, and then also exploring new avenues. And that in itself can feel a little uncertain, but what's amazing about you, palm number 1, is that you have remained the trust and faith in the universe that it will always bring you what you need. And I feel like you do so well, palm number 1. Though you also got the letting go. The way you let go of things that are no longer serving you, palm number 1, is so, like, they want to acknowledge that in this reading, palm number 1, that you are so good at when things are meant to be let go, you truly do let it go. Some people hold on to their comfort zone, hold on to their job that's killing their soul years after years after years. But you, palm number 1, you listen, you are walking with God, and they applaud you so much in this reading for practicing the faith that you have with the universe. Whoever your God is, you allow it to happen. You don't hold on tightly. You don't hold on to things that you've truly evolved out of. If there's even a relationship that you have let go of, because you can just feel it. It's so obvious. It's like you wake up and you're like, you know what? This relationship isn't for me anymore. Like you're so done with dealing with this behavior. You're so done with the toxicity, and it was just a snap decision, and you're gone. You're never to be found again by that person. You let go so fast when you have received the calling, when you receive the intuition, the pull from God. You truly do follow that light, and they are so proud of you, and they're just so happy about, they're dancing around you. And that's why miracles happen to you, palm number 1, constantly, because you listen to your higher self, you listen to the higher beings of the universe. They are guiding you, and they are so by your side every step of the way. You also have the King of Wands, and your reputation and how they know you is that you do truly follow your heart. And that helps with everything that we've already talked about. You're good at receiving messages from your guides, your highest guides. You're good at hearing what they put into your thoughts. Sometimes we think it's our own thoughts, but it's actually them whispering into our ears. So you're good at receiving information from them, and they find that so satisfying and such a relief, because some people don't listen, or they can't listen, whereas you guys are very much attuned to channeling and working with your higher self, and you want to work with your higher self, and that helps with the connection that you have with these universal beings. And they're noticing, they're watching, they are seeing you go through things, and you are fulfilling your life's destiny. You have been fulfilling your life's destiny with how much you allow into your experience, and with how much you ask yourself what still feels good today, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, and you go immediately into correcting your path if something might feel kind of off or anything like that, and you let it go so gracefully, and you let things go with so much beauty as well. You're able to maintain, they feel like you are so beautiful to the universal beings, to the highest spirits. You are so gorgeous. Your soul is so bright, so big, so aligned, and there's almost like this, I see this connection that you have is directly connected to like the highest beings around us, God. You have this direct channel, and they love that. They use this channel too. There's almost like this elevator system, or like a water slide thing. I see it as, it's fun. They have fun with it. They like just, it's like a straight direct thing. Whereas with some other beings on earth, they need to find creative ways to get them to hear the message and see the message and say the message multiple times before they get it. But with you, pile number 1, you have this direct path of connection with God and the highest spirits. You have a beautiful sense of imagination. I'm not surprised, because they are funneling information and inspirations into your being constantly. So not only are you working with your own creativity and your own ideas, you're also able to receive their ideas, and that makes your creativity and imagination so much more. It's like imagination on steroids, because you have this direct, clear channel that allows them to talk to you and give you ideas to help raise the frequency on planet Earth. You're a traveling spirit, pile number 1. However you see this resonate, because maybe you're not a type of person that loves to travel all the time. However this resonates, maybe you do. But the message here is that you are constantly moving. You're a traveler. You're a spiritual traveler. For example, you know, I personally don't like to travel too much. I maybe once or twice a year at most. I'm a homebody. I like to stay at home. But I understand a lot of people love to travel as much as they can. The energy of this, though, is all the same, because it's not about the standardized, excuse me. It's not the human level of traveling. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's the spiritual way of traveling. You go around, you maneuver through your space, through your world so quickly. Energetically, you are very quick-feeted. You're very quick with your movements. You are so okay and courageous and brave. And to move from this area to another area. Like, you're a social chameleon. With this energy, with this travel energy, you're able to travel into one personality to another personality really quickly. So that's also something that you have a reputation for in the spirit world. It's like, hey, this, pile number 1, these guys, they're really good at quickly adapting to their environment, so they can take on this task. They can do the things that require this aspect in the personality. So that's how they see you as well. You're able to move between dimensions and worlds very quickly. You're highly adaptable. That's how they see you. Pile number 1, you're also just such peaceful individuals. Because you guys are just doing everything right, aren't you, pile number 1? You just let go so fast. You do things with so much grace. You have if you had a report card of your scores, you would get an A+ when it comes to how the spirits see you, because you move quickly. Sometimes you move more quickly than they had predicted for you. So it's like you have this calling and you want to have it now. You want it right now. You want it. You want it now. I wanted it yesterday, actually. Yesterday is when you wanted it. So you make it happen so fast, pile number 1. And so you do get it sooner than they predicted you to get it. You're a peaceful person. And what adds to your peacefulness is because you are so in alignment with your highest self, pile number 1. One more message for pile number 1. So unicorn, infinite possibilities. This is a message for you. You are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds, pile number 1. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. So you are made for legendary things, pile number 1, because of who you are and how you are in this universe. You are destined for nothing but the greatest things. This is, I'm not even trying to blow smoke up your ass. This truly is how I see your energy, and this is really beautiful. I hope you enjoy this reading and have a lovely rest of your day. I'll see you in another reading. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. How are we all doing? Hope you guys are having a wonderful beginning of your year, January. I feel like this month is going by so fast. Is it just me, or is it going by really fast? It's like, what happened to the January 1st, and we're already almost at the end. We're almost in February. I don't know when I'm going to release this video, but okay, pile number 2, reputation amongst spirit. Your reputation amongst the higher spirit and the universal beings. How do they see you? How does God see you? How do the universal beings see you? Oh, pile number 2. Oh, this is really nice. You have a love begins. So you are a very loving person, pile number 2, and they cannot help but to acknowledge how big your heart energy is. And regardless of what you've gone through, all the heartbreaks, all the whatever, like some of you guys, pile number 2, have really gone through it, but you have still remained this open, giant, big heart, and they are so proud of you, and they acknowledge that, yes, you may have gone through a little bit more than what other people have gone through in terms of your heart space, but you have still remained open and having faith in the good in people and the things that you want. And that is why you get what you want. Your dreams are beginning to manifest, and they are allowing these things to unfold in the way that you want it to unfold. Because pile number 2, you've earned it. We also have the recognition and reward. Again, they see you. They see you, pile number 2. Pile number 2, God, the highest spirit, the universal beings, they see all the things that you've gone through, pile number 2. Everything, every night, every day, every little nooks and crannies of your life, they see it. And what you've done so far with your life, you deserve the biggest gold medal of all time, because you have met with your shadow. A lot of people are scared to look at their shadow side. So many people. And you wouldn't be tuning into this channel if you haven't synced up with your shadow self. You've done the shadow work. You've looked within yourself. You appreciate and value your shadow self as much as your lighter self, because the deeper you go, the higher you will get as well, and you understand that concept. The highest spirit wants to bring to your attention as well that sometimes you do, however, get trapped in anxiety and fear, and they just want to tell you that focus your energy more on the heart energy, and that right now things are coming to fruition. You've done the work, pile number 2. Yes, there will be more work in different ways, but for this chapter, pile number 2, you have done everything that you could have done. And now it's time to reap the rewards. Focus on the heart energy. This chapter of you being fearful, of feeling small, oh my God, it's so over. I just feel it in my bones, pile number 2. That part of your journey right now is done. I don't know what you've gone through. Maybe you've been working really hard to get a promotion, really hard to get this project done, really hard for this, maybe your relationship to reach a certain point or something. It feels like you have worked really hard for this goal in mind, pile number 2. And yes, focus. The advice coming through in this reading is focus on your heart energy, which you have really big heart energy. Your manifestations are inevitably and bound to come to fruition because of they see it. They reward you for it, and they have already in the ethereal world, they have already rewarded you. You've already gotten what you wanted, and now it's time for reality to simply catch up to what is bound to happen for you, pile number 2. What is the reputation for pile number 2, please? Oh, there you go. So we have another triumphant success card. This, again, is you getting what you want. And I love how this also has like the dark side as well. So your reputation among spirits and universal beings is that you're able to, you have the bravery and you have the insight of what happens you're so aware of your darker self that you become even stronger in your lighter self, because you're so okay to acknowledge and work with your shadow self, that the way you show up as a light being is so much more powerful. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, pile number 2, you are gaining wisdom, you are gaining knowledge. They see what you're doing here, pile number 2. You are growing as a spirit being amongst the stars and the highest spirit, the universal beings. They see oh, I love that. You're passionate, pile number 2. You are known to be a highly passionate spiritual being, pile number 2. Your heart chakra is one of the biggest they've ever seen. And they love that, because with heart energy, anything can happen. It truly does. You have the Harvest card. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. Again, pile number 2. I feel like your reading is starting to repeat itself now. I don't know what you're working on, pile number 2. This is one of the bigger messages coming through. Like, your reputation amongst the stars is that you're really good. A little summary, right? Is that you're really good with working with your shadow self, and therefore your lighter self is so much more powerful that way. On top of that, your heart energy is so strong, so powerful. With that energy, you can create and manifest anything you desire, and whatever you materialistically as a human are working on, you are going to reap the rewards and the harvest that is coming. And because the heart space is a very high vibrational place to be feeling in, if that makes any sense. You don't even have to work very much, pile number 2. I feel like you're one of those people that just think something and then someone magically brings that thing to you, like a stranger, or it's, all these little things that you don't think that would happen, it happens to you, pile number 2, because you are so grounded in your heart. You're so believing and trusting that everything will work out in your favor. And yes, you do things, but it's all inspired actions. You also have, this Harvest card. It's a beautiful card. I just see you guys getting whatever it is that you have been seeking to get. You guys, pile number 2, the Spirit wants to tell you that you have earned what you're looking to get. I feel like I'm repeating myself now, but let's get 1 or 2 more cards here. Pile number 2, what else do you want to mention to them about reputation that they have amongst the stars, or even anything about what they're working on? So, yeah, I think the more we read for you, pile number 2, it's just going to keep repeating itself. Connect more. We have the Connect card. And that's you doing what you already do. Continue to connect with all aspects of yourself. Work with everything that you have. I feel like you guys are so equipped with everything that you could possibly need right now, pile number 2. There's nothing you need more. You have it all, pile number 2. You truly do. I sense that energy a lot. What you're at the stage of your journey to be reaping the rewards. It's no doubt about that at all. And on top of that, you have the Wish card. Your wish is going to be granted, pile number 2. The universe sees you. The highest spirit sees you. God sees you. You've done the work. Again, more light and shadow attributes. There is a wish that you want to happen, to be fulfilled. It's happening. It's already done, actually. It's completely already a thing, energetically speaking. Now, we're just waiting for the 3D denser reality to catch up to what you have already gotten. So that's really exciting for you guys, pile number 2. That is a reading I have for you. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in another reading. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. How are we all doing? Let's find out what your reputation is amongst the highest spirit and universal beings. Pile number 3. I hope you guys are having a lovely rest. I hope you guys are having a lovely beginning of your 2025, or I hope you guys are doing well in general. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you found this reading is exactly when you're meant to hear this. Oh, pile number 3, you have a very unique energy. So, you know, when people people talk about, oh, I want to find some balance in my life, or, you know, people even talk about, like, you should have balance in your life. You know, a whole conversation about balance and just having a more equal distribution of energy amongst different things in life, like family, work, relationships, health. You, pile number 3, have, like, who are you? Because you have mastered that. Like, the reputation you have amongst the stars and the higher beings is that you have reached balance. Like, you do the balance thing really well. You don't, like, you know when you need to recharge. Like, good for you, pile number 3, because this is ultimate freedom. This, you got the freedom card. Like, you are not trapped in the hamster wheel of life. Whether you feel like you are or not, they don't see you as that person. You know, sometimes humans get trapped in the mind frame of society, whereas you, pile number 3, you duly true listen to your inner self and what your body needs. So they just hugely want to applaud you for that. They see that you're so good at making sure that you also have the recharge card. Whenever you need to recharge, pile number 3, you recharge. Whenever you feel like you're ready to go to work, you go do the work thing. And whenever you want to hang out with family, you hang out with your family. Like, you guys, pile number 3, are doing it right. This is how life should be. You go with the flow and you go with the beat of your own drum. That's a reputation you have amongst the stars, is that, hey, like, pile number 3, these guys, they're already following their highest divine path. It's so amazing. Like, they're so not worried about you. Like, if they trust, they almost let you take the wheel most of the time, because it's like they have this predetermined script for you. Sometimes it's like, okay, pile number 3, these guys, they need to do this and that. So they've given you, like, energetically, they've given you the contract, they've given you the instructions, and almost like your highest divine being of you receives that message. It gets logged into your brain, and then you're just doing it one at a time. It's very almost like Virgo energy, where it's like, okay, like, you maybe subconsciously in spirit form, like, talk to the higher beings. It's like, okay, you have received this piece of paper, instructions of what you're supposed to do now for the next, I don't know, whatever duration of time. Like, it doesn't matter how much time you take, you need to get these things done. To help raise the frequency of the universe and to help humanity at large. And on top of that, you are doing what you need to evolve individually as a spiritual being. You came here to reincarnate, to learn certain things, and you're doing it exactly as they have wanted you to, and they are, like, in the past you have, and they trust that you'll continue to as well. You know, you understand that there are things that you need to do, and you have responsibilities to attend to while being reincarnated on this planet. So let's see. Balance, you have freedom, like, you're whether you feel like you're free or not on like on a 3D level, like, maybe some of you guys might still, you do the job thing, and that's totally okay. You know, I was And you do things almost so comically, like when you're going through a birthing phase, like you this is you if you're looking at the video here, when you are going through a death and rebirth, like it's so beautiful, and it's almost comedic how you just kind of fall apart. It's like, oh no, I guess this chapter is finished. Okay, now let's sprout some new sprouts, and let's create different things now. So you guys are, I don't know what to tell you, pile number 3. You guys just I don't know, you're here for entertainment, I guess, just to like, I guess, have something maybe running in the background or something, because you are doing, like, your reputation amongst the stars is that they trust that you'll get it done. You don't need like hand-holding guidance from them. You don't need the messages, and you don't need them to be on your case, pile number 3. You get the message, and because you are so clear on what your path and purpose is, that they even give you the luxury of choice. It's like, okay, pile number 3, like, we trust that they will do what they need to do while they are on planet Earth. And so you have it depends how you see it, the luxury or the burden of choice, because some people don't have this luxury of choice. They are destined for one path, and they have to stick on that one path, otherwise they don't feel so great. Whereas you have there's different trajectories and dimensions of your highest, most divine path, pile number 3. So you could go over here, become like a really successful book writer, author, and it still meets the criteria of what you're supposed to do on planet Earth. Or you can become like a really successful, I don't know why I'm thinking like, or you could be over here and become a incredibly successful and world-renowned musician, and you'd still be hitting all the marks of what you're supposed to be doing on planet Earth. It's like you have the choice, and it's like you sometimes find yourself in this fork in the road. They laugh at you when you're at the fork of the road. They're like, let's see what they pick. Let's see what pile number 3 picks, because they both lead to the same place, but they just look a little different, but they're all on the same level. So this might be a message for you, pile number 3. If you feel like you can't make a choice, you can't make a wrong choice. There is no wrong choice, pile number 3. You are going to end up in the same energetic frequency anyway. And it's not like all paths lead to success. You might be, maybe sometimes you're confused because you feel like you can do this or do that, and it both feels right, because they are both right. And so it's really up to you. You have the opportunity of making your own choice, because they trust you that much. They've given you that almost privilege. Some people, they're meant to be, a specific something, and they didn't get to have a choice. They were led on that path, and they have been on that path for their whole life. So pile number 3, the highest beings and the universal beings, they notice that because you're so abundant and luxurious, and you seem so balanced and creative, and you seem like you're successful at everything and anything you put your hands on, because you are good at everything, and you can be good at anything. You just need to pick whatever, like, all paths lead to success here. And they acknowledge that some people have envy and jealousy over you for absolutely no reason, most of all the time, it seems. And they just want to remind you that pay no mind to these people that feel this way about you. Pay no mind in that denser icky, toxic energy, because they really have no place in your experience. Like, yes, you're human too, and sometimes you feel a kind of way about, like you ask, like, why are they doing that? Or why are people, like, you did nothing wrong yet, and you have done nothing wrong. You're so beautifully loving, pile number 3, and the advice coming through is to continue being loving. Continue, just be yourself and be kind, like you want to be kind anyway, and you are a kind person, pile number 3. Continue being yourself, and how people react is how they react. There's nothing that needs to be done anymore. How people react is on them, it's not on you. Spirit feels like sometimes you let that get the best of you, but you know, you're over here soaring free on your bird. You're doing your thing, and you do it so elegantly, you do it so effortlessly, and you follow your highest path. You're soaring across the sky. That's how they see you. The highest beings see you. They see you just flying around effortlessly and following the divine purpose so gracefully. And whenever you need to rest, you rest, and they feel like they can trust you. Pile number 3, the highest beings and God feels like they can trust you. You have material harvest. You have everything you could possibly need. You're just so well equipped. Well, I'm not surprised you got that, because, you know, it's like I don't know what you've done in your previous lives, pile number 3, but you have earned the ease of this lifetime. You have earned the ease. When you go through obstacles and challenges, I see that you just hop over it with grace too. Like, this gap is not that big. You just hop over it. And you can, it's almost like you literally see the spiritual beings. They want to acknowledge and appreciate you for you being able to see them, because you guys are psychic. You guys can see spirit, you can hear spirit, you can feel spirit, and they just want to acknowledge that. They're acknowledging that you can acknowledge them, and they so appreciate you for that. And they are excited to work with you because you are an easier case for them. And they look at you from above and around you, and they're like, okay, pile number 3, we need them on this task now. I don't know why my nose is so itchy. You, pile number 3, you see the truth. You just see through it all. Like, you are such a evolved soul, pile number 3, that you can see through the BS of everything. Like, they can trust you because you can see through the veil. A lot of people on planet Earth still doesn't see through the veil, although there are a lot more people on planet Earth they're able to see just like you, pile number 3, but there is also, on the same note, that you're able to see the truth and see through whatever is, like, they're like on social media, on the news, everything, that facade, like you can see through all that BS, and they know that you can see through it, and they love that about you, pile number 3. One more card for pile number 3, please. Okay, so because this reading is so positive, they just want to acknowledge one thing, and they are laughing at you, and they know that you have a bad habit, pile number 3, that you should be letting go, like whether it is a bad habit, whether it is that maybe you need to focus more on your health, more time meditating, whatever it is, like, you guys know, pile number 3, what it is that you are being tempted to do that is not of your highest good. Yes, you're still human. Of course you want to indulge sometimes, and they laugh at that because they know that even though you indulge, you're aware that you're indulging, and you know it's not what you're meant to be doing. And they're laughing because they know they don't need to tell you. They know that you're already making note to yourself that you shouldn't be doing whatever it is that you're doing. For some of you guys, it could be drinking too much coffee. I feel like pile number 3, you guys get it. So take it however it resonates with you. Let's see. So one more message to end the reading, pile number 3. Okay, we have Pathfinder. Of course you're the Pathfinder. Pile number 3, you guys are the trailblazers of society. Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way too. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. This is so you, pile number 3. You guys are able to not only help yourself so wonderfully, you guys are also able to help others because you've gone through a lot. You have found the path. You have made the path yourself for yourself, and now people have a path for you to follow. You have a very, very strong soul, pile number 3. You have a power within you that is very rare. That's how I see it as well. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. So no matter what struggles come your way, I feel like every time you tap into the love energy, you just very quickly snap out of it. That is the reading. Have you guys, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in another one. Bye for now.